Australia and round 14 of the World Rally Championship, one of the most spectacular rallies of the season. It's a unique event where the jumps are huge, the gravel is like ball bearings, and the trees line the roads waiting for any unsuspecting drivers. Even claiming the scalp of the normally infallible world champion last year. But Loeb's still injured and there's still some uncertainty on when he will return.
We hope as soon as possible. I mean, I've talking with him already yesterday and he's going better and better. We expect to have him back in New Zealand, but we don't know yet. We have to wait some days. Every day make an improvement, you know, but we have to wait.
Another casualty is Colin McRae, but his absence is due to the Kroner Citroën team nominating Xavier Pons as their #1 driver. The fiery Spaniard impressed in Turkey, beating McRae and earning himself another chance to prove his ability to Kronos, and more importantly, to Citroën. But by picking the relatively inexperienced Pons over McRae, have Kronos given up their title battle with Ford?
If you look at the way that Colin went on this rally last year, then for sure, I think obviously Turkey was a difficult rally for him, but obviously he's got a good track record here. But at the end of the day, you know, okay, we are 8 points in the lead.
We know that we are second now, 8 points behind Ford, but everything can happen. This is a difficult rally. There is only 10 cars on the start, so we are here to catch the most points we can do, and we will see.
The teams had their first chance of running the cars at Gloucester Park on Wednesday night, and it was also the first chance for the spectators to see the Citroëns in their new red liveries. Danny Sordo retains the second seat, but he will be up against it, as this is his first time on the tricky Australian gravel. But the man of the moment is definitely Marcus Gronholm. All eyes are firmly placed on the big Finn, who is now 25 points behind the absent Loeb with 3 rallies to go. He needs to continue his winning ways.
It's not easy with the ball bearing and slippery conditions, especially for the first cars. So it's not so easy. It's a quick rally, very, very fast between trees, and the notes has to be exact and correct. So it's okay, but I know this rally quite well, so it should be fine.
Ford 1-2 in Turkey saw them turn a 7-point deficit into an 8-point lead over rivals Kronos in the manufacturer's title race. They are now favourites, but will need another steady drive from their #2, Mikko Hirvonen. For Subaru, Turkey saw big improvements in performance as Petter Solberg proved competitive again until a rock ended his challenge. Loeb will be hoping he can replicate that form here in Australia.
Then send me a message on the phone in Turkey, you know, keep on pushing now, you know, help me. So, but I still think we have a lot of work to do before we can get back on the top properly. But of course I'm going to try, and we have to take it from there.
Here's a reminder of the task ahead for Gronholm. He's 25 points behind Loeb, and he cannot afford to finish lower than 3rd if he is to maintain his title challenge. And in the manufacturers, Ford have that 8-point advantage over Citroën. Perth is on the west coast of Australia and hosts its last ever rally after 19 years of participation in the WRC. Day 1 and 2 take place to the south of the city. The rally finishes out to the west, giving the rally a total.
November, and sport to remember. The superstars of tennis are in Madrid for the brilliant season finale. Taking part by invitation only, the year's 8 top players. All spurred on by $3 million in prize money and the chance of finishing the year as Sony...
Marcus Gronholm set the pace, opening up a lead of almost 2 seconds. His teammate Mikko Hirvonen made it a Ford 1-2, pinching second from Petter Solberg. But it was disappointment for the home fans as local boy Chris Atkinson could only manage a lowly 9th. So this is how the top 6 line up going into the first of today's stages. There's very little between them, so expect some changes in the coming stages. Marcus Gronholm is first on the stage and he will be sweeping away the ball-bearing gravel, losing him both grip and time. It's a difficult situation for the former world champion as he desperately needs to win here to keep his championship hopes alive. The big Finn is never one to hold back and he knows these stages better than most.
620. Vasen eri jouhee, 5 ja oikein hidas kirraa kivi sisällä lopussa. Kokonaan pois. 5 ja vasen eri älä. Oikein nopea sumppuu kivi sisällä 7. Vasen hidas kirraa.
But that rock's knocked him offline and Gronholm's rolled. This is a disaster. The car's stuck on its side.
Mitä se on? Se on tulilasipesulaista.
If you look at the replay, you can clearly see how the car bounces offline and onto the slippery gravel. He just slides off the road. Gronholm's hemorrhaging time here, and there are no spectators, so he and Timo are going to have to right the car on their own. Back at the start, Gronholm's teammate Mikko Hirvonen starts the stage, blissfully unaware of the drama ahead. He's on his way to the stricken Gronholm.
Huomio, huomio, pikku nyppely, vasen liukas jarru 5, oikein hidas tiukka, sisältä aja. 4, vasen nopee, pidä. 4, oikein tosi hidas, mene sisältä, käännä. 7, vasen tosi
There he passes Gronholm and he will now know that Ford's hopes rest firmly with him. Gronholm's still trying to right the car, but the question is how much damage has he done and will the car still be drivable? He does get going, but he's lost a huge amount of time. Danny Sordo is the first of the Citroens set to start the stage. It's his first time out in Australia and this will be a huge test for him as he literally tries to get to grips with these tricky stages. But he's slowing down. This is a nightmare for the young Spaniard who is looking to rebuild his confidence and help Citroen's bid for the manufacturer's title. It's a terminal problem and he is forced to retire barely 600 metres into the stage. It's not good news for the team either as they desperately need manufacturer points. We're back with Hirvonen now, who's going to set the first time of the day. The young Finn has taken over Gronholm's road sweeping duties for the last 10 kilometres of the stage, so his time will have suffered as a result.
120, maali, pikku nyppy, pitkä vasen loiva.
It's not bad considering he will be shaken by the loss of Gronholm.
He went off, not far from the start, maybe 3 kilometers, and he was off. Can't believe it, and it was so slippy. I was close to go off myself a few times and hit stones. It's very difficult to be now first car on the road.
Petter Solberg is also in the stage now and he will be catching Gronholm.
Extra long, opens extra long, 18. So 2 left minus, tightens 1.
There's Gronholm's car still stationary. Petter's surely going to be thinking that this could finally be his chance to win a rally after what must seem like an eternity. He hasn't won a rally since Rally GB last year. Back with Gronholm now, and his car doesn't seem to be handling too badly. But look at the dust that's coming into the car. That's going to make life miserable for both driver and co-driver as they desperately try to finish the stage. And that's more time lost. This really has been the worst possible start for the Finns. Petter Solberg is approaching the finish line. The time to beat so far is that of Mikko Hirvonen.
Slide right over long crest and 6 left plus. Over crest, extra long, opens to gate.
He beats Hirvonen by 1 second, which is enough to see him past Ford's number 2.
Yeah.
Surprised to see Marcus Gronholm roll already?
Yeah, that's not normally like him, but that happens, yeah.
Maybe you can win this.
It's a long way to go, First I have to get this right.
Chris Atkinson started very brightly at his home event last year, and he's looking quick again. The Australian has had a good road position and will want to make the most of it today. He's full of confidence after his Subaru's improved performance in Turkey. Just watch how hard he's pushing. He's approaching the end of the stage, and his time is compared to his teammate who has set the fastest time so far.
Small crest, very long, 9 left, opens gate. Very long, 9 left, opens gate. Well done.
He beats Petter by 3.3 seconds and wins the stage, but more importantly, he takes the lead of the rally. Here comes Gronholm, finally making it to the end of the stage, but how much time has he lost? It's not looking good. Almost 11 minutes. His championship bid is now in tatters, as third place now looks almost an impossible task.
Marcus, complete disaster. What happened?
2+ long.
Matthew Wilson in his Stobart VK Ford was looking for a steady start on his first outing in Australia.
Flat left 4 minus. Careful, right 3 minus in.
But 5 kilometres in, he hits the same rock as Gronholm.
It's broken, is it?
Unlike Gronholm, he's unable to continue, having broken the steering.
I think the note was a little bit ambitious, and we've just sort of come in a bit too hot, and we've just had to try and nibble a little bit more, but unfortunately we've hit the same rock that I think Marcus has, but we haven't rolled, but we've broke the steering, so it's a bit of a disaster really.
So after a traumatic first stage of the day, it's the local boy Chris Atkinson who leads the rally, with Petter Solberg just 0.8 of a second behind him. Ford's Mikko Hirvonen is third, just 1.6 seconds behind Petter. With the WRC cars falling like flies, another local in a PWRC car is 8th overall. Marcus Gronholm has 4 stages to go before service. Can he make it? Welcome back to Australia. It's been a dramatic start to the day as we head straight into stages 4 and 5. Chris Atkinson is maintaining his blistering early pace. He wins stages 4 and 5 and extends his lead to 13.6 seconds. The fight for second, though, is becoming an intriguing contest. Mikko Hirvonen began stage 4 just 0.8 of a second behind Petter Solberg. The finish line is fast approaching now, and it's looking good. Yes, that's a great time from Mikko. He's 5.4 seconds faster than the Norwegian and takes over second. So Petter has a real fight on his hands this morning. After all the recent problems for the Subaru Impreza, the car certainly appears to be back to its best in Australia. And now on to stage 5, Solberg is giving his all to reclaim the position. He beats Hirvonen through here and is now just 1.5 seconds behind. So it's all looking good for Petter Solberg, but older brother Henning is not quite on the pace of the front runners today. He's currently 6th and pushing hard here on stage 4. A lucky escape there for Henning, and a reminder of how easily this demanding event can catch you out. Solberg is still 25 seconds behind Manfred Stoll after stage 5. Chevy Pons is now the only remaining Kroner Citra driver following Danny Sordo's retirement, so the Spaniard has the added pressure of securing a good haul of points for his team to keep their fading championship hopes alive. Chevy beats Manfred Stoll by 5 seconds to move into 4th after stage 4. With Wilson already out, Stobart Ford's hopes now rest on Luis Perez Companct's shoulders. But the day is showing no sign of improving for the team. This roll causes irreparable damage to the car, and that's the end of his day. Marcus Gronholm, meanwhile, continues his exercise in damage limitation, but he loses another 44 seconds in stage 4, with conditions inside the car almost unbearable. He shows signs of a fight back on the following test to set the 3rd fastest time. So Australian Chris Atkinson leads on his home event by 13.6 seconds from Ford's Mikko Hirvonen. Petter Solberg is third. But the big story is with Marcus Gronholm.
Has this handed the championship to Sebastian Loeb, or can you fight back and get near the podium? You need third, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it's difficult, but I think he deserves it because he was leading so comfortable. So, okay, stupid mistake from me.
What about the car? It's looking a bit sorry for itself. Can you get through the next couple of stages? Because there's no service now.
We see. We have a little bit problem with the gearbox.
Back with stage 6, Murray North, and Henning Solberg is pushing hard as he tries to improve on his 6th place.
Venstre min 80. Turn 5 venstre pluss 150.
But he's pushed too hard. That's a big off for Petter's brother. That's going to be the end of his Rally Australia. Chris Atkinson seems to be enjoying his rally. The local hero leads by almost 14 seconds going into this stage.
Then, narrow 6 left, minus 30. 8 right, minus then.
But that's not what he wants. He's off. Now there's smoke coming from the car and the crew are going to have to try and put the fire out. This is a nightmare for the Australian as his dreams of his first win on his home event are literally going up in flames in front of his eyes.
Don't get too close to him if it ignites.
Just slid a bit wide on a left-hand corner after just coming a little too fast for right hand, and just got stuck in some soft dirt on the outside. Small mistake, but that's life.
Mikko Hirvonen profits from Atkinson's demise as he takes the lead of the rally. But Petter Solberg is pushing him hard as he beats Hirvonen on stage 6 and is now only 1.4 seconds behind the young Finn. Manfred Stoll is also making the most of other people's misfortunes. He's struggling to keep the car on the road. He does finish the stage and is now 4th overall. So now it's Mikko Hirvonen who leads the rally, with Petter Solberg just 1.4 seconds behind him. So going into stage 7, can Mikko Hirvonen stay ahead of the fired-up Petter Solberg? This is the second run through the Murray South stage, so a completely level playing field in terms of the cleared surface. And so far today, this battle between the former champion and Ford's young charger has been extremely close. Joining Solberg then, and once again the Norwegian is totally committed. It's been over a year since his last win, and Petter is desperate to get back on the podium's top step. Rapidly closing on the finish line now, remember, with only 1.4 seconds between them going into this stage. Petter beats Hirvonen by 4.1 seconds and takes the lead of the rally. Chevy Pons, meanwhile, continues his fine form in 3rd. He beats Manfred Stoll again on this stage to extend his advantage ahead of the Austrian to 17 seconds. With so many WRC drivers hitting trouble today, there's an unfamiliar name on the leaderboard. Local driver Dean Herridge leads the PWRC and is 5th overall. For Marcus Gronholm and co-driver Timo Rautiainen, though, it continues to be an extremely uncomfortable drive, with dust still swirling around the inside of the car. The Finn is 5th fastest on this stage, and service cannot come soon enough. So after stage 7, Petter Solberg now leads Rally Australia by 2.7 seconds from Mikko Hirvonen. Chevy Pons is 3rd in his Citroën and Manfred Stoll is 4th for OMV Peugeot.
you think Marcus can fight back and keep that Drivers' Championship alive?
We've done calculations. At the moment, he can. We feel he can quite comfortably get back to 5th overall. But to be in obviously any chance of the championship, then he has to finish 3rd. And in real terms, on pace, that's looking very difficult. But if you look at what's happened in these first few stages, how many retirements has actually been, then there's still 2.5 days of the rally to go. Then it's still all to play for.
Do you think that's handed Sebastian Loeb the driver's title now?
It's never finished. We have only made 23% of the rally. So if you saw this morning, incredible, like you say, everything can happen.
Gronholm makes it out of service, but can he resurrect his title chances with a famous finish charge? Welcome back to day 1 of Rally Australia. Stage 8 is the 23 kilometres of barracking, the longest of the day. And Mikko Hirvonen starts the stage just 2.7 seconds behind rally leader Petter Solberg. The Finn has seemed a totally new man since he moved to Ford, and he's been in breathtaking form recently. But to be fighting for a rally lead, that must be more than he dared to imagine. And Petter, of course, is determined to keep him at bay. The Norwegian, in complete contrast to Hirvonen, is having arguably the worst spell of his career. Not a sight of a podium finish since Argentina. And that little slip won't help. He's overshot the junction and it's cost him precious seconds.
Go right to the road. Go on.
Here's Mikko Hirvonen now, coming towards the end of stage 8, and he set a time of 13 minutes, 12.4 seconds. Petter has to ensure that he's less than 2.6 seconds slower to keep his lead, and that overshoot will make it really tough for the Subaru man.
50.
But he rises to the challenge. He's 1.4 seconds slower than Hirvonen, but holds his position, albeit now just 1.3 seconds ahead overall. As for Marcus Gronholm, he's on a mission. He won that stage, beating teammate Hirvonen, who was second fastest by nearly 7 seconds. Even so, he's still down in 28th place overall. Just one change in the top 6. Toshi Arai's climbed into 6th place as we head to stage 9. Petter Solberg will be wanting to fight back after having lost time to his rival for the rally lead on the previous stage.
3 opens 40. 5 right.
But he's struggling to see with all this dust.
Opens extra long. Opens extra long.
He's having to stop to let the dust settle.
To keep left over 180.
How frustrated he must be. Sitting in that Impreza, powerless.
Yep.
He drops a chunk of time, and that must be it for him. He lost visibility, and he then lost the lead. Hirvonen is a full 27 seconds faster than Solberg, and with that he takes first place, with a rally lead of nearly 26 seconds. Mikko's never won a rally, but he must sense his dreams coming suddenly within reach. No changes in positions at the top of the leaderboard after the 2 super special stages that ended the day. Mikko Hirvonen remains out in front, 26.2 seconds ahead of second place Petter Solberg. In third, Chevy Pons doing well for Citroën in the absence of Loeb, and Manfred Stoll holds fourth.
First position is good for the team and for me. But on the last stage, it's crazy because there are a lot of dust in the stage. It's very dangerous. It's not possible to drive in these conditions. But okay, I'm happy because it's third. It's a good result. But the last stage, it's not good.
Petter, a mixed day for you, but you really did show your speed.
Yeah, it's okay. This morning I was not so happy. This afternoon things worked much better. We did a big change with the setup in the service, so then things worked well actually.
Miko, how does it feel to be leading at the end of day one?
Well, of course, it feels good, but it was a strange day. So much happened, and okay, we didn't have any mistakes, any problems, so I think that's the reason we were leading.
Join us tomorrow for day 2 of Rally Australia and keep up to date with the latest news on WRC.com.